All right, everybody. How's it going? I got the volume up here, so I think we're ready to go. Well, welcome back for day 4. I am excited because it's, excuse me, it's all coming together. So just to kind of recap. By the way, welcome everybody for joining me today. Um, Got today, tomorrow is day 5, and then Saturday is the free workshop. It's going to be a 2 to 3 hour workshop starting at 12 noon Eastern time, and it's going to be off the hook. I'm so excited about what I'm going to share with you guys. But let's talk about today and a recap real quick. So Monday we talked about daily method of operation, distinguishing between busy work and productive work. And that flowed into Tuesday, understanding distractions and the disciplines to know how to identify them, because distractions cause procrastination. And we talked about procrastination being the killer of entrepreneurship. And then we talked yesterday about your skills, learning, then doing, and then fixing and refining to mastery. Repetition is the mother of skill. Repetition is the mother of mastery. And where I first heard that was Jim Rohn talked about repetition is the mother of all skills. And then Tony Robbins expanded a little bit. He was Jim Rohn's most successful student. And Tony Robbins talks about repetition is the mother of mastery. So if you think about it, it's true. Everything that you do, everything you know how to do, everything you're great at and good at, you've done many, 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 many times. Tying your shoe, brushing your teeth, whatever it is, you're a master at what it is you do, like electrician, plumbing, sales, whatever you do. So let's talk about today, day 4. Today, day 4, we're going to kind of bring them all together, because these are skills. These are characteristics that as you learn them, and if you learn them, and when you learn them, your income goes up. Every time you learn one of these and understand or implement the mindset of the daily method of operation, the consistency, the persistency of doing it, understanding distractions and procrastination, and as you build those into your lifestyle, into your daily routine, your income goes up. It has to. It does. So today we'll talk about staying true to yourself and what you want to achieve. So why do I bring that up? Because along the way, a lot of times when you first get started, you start getting arrows of the tongue. People that are the closest to you start criticizing, ridiculing, and they become naysayers. And this is probably has taught more people out of the direct sales industry than anything, more than objections, more than anything, is the people that are close to you, they throw water on your fire. You're excited, you see a presentation, it's the best thing you've ever seen, you've tried some of the products, you feel better than you ever have, provided that it's a nutritional company. You're excited, you join the company because you want to earn money, you want to help other people, you take it to the people that you're closest to, and they rain on your parade. And they throw water all over you. And they tell you, what do you know? For me, it was a nutrition business. And I grew up in the restaurant business. So my whole family, cousins, aunts, uncles, they were all in the restaurant business. And so, businesses, I should say. So that's all I knew. So when I was talking about nutrition, what do you know about vitamins? You don't know anything about vitamins. You can get everything you need with a knife and a fork. What do you know about clean water? You don't need a water filter. You don't need to clean your water. You were doing fine water out of the tap. And it was way ahead of its time. Now, I haven't met anybody probably in the last 30 years that doesn't take some kind of supplement. And most people drink filtered water or bottled water. So it was coming. It was an evolution that got to where it was going. But we were on the front end of that in the business that I was in. But the people that were closest to me, the ones that I thought would be excited for me, the ones that I thought would be supportive of me, those were the ones that rained on my parade. What do you know about losing weight? What do you know about nutrition, vitamins, and energy? You're in a restaurant business. You know about giving people food and things that are probably not good for their body, fried foods and desserts. And here you are talking about nutrition. And then, it was just working through that. It was breaking those barriers. I believed in what I had my hands on, and that belief system was important to my continued on and my success. So the closest people to you, sometimes they do it because they care about you. Others don't, but sometimes they care about you. They don't want to see you getting off track. They don't want to see you making a mistake. It may not have worked for them. They may know somebody that was not successful in the industry. Doesn't mean you're not going to be successful, but it's important for you to distinguish, are they really raining on your parade, or are they coming from a position of love and caring? Because it's different. Obviously, it's different, and you know it's different. So it's a process of working through that. If they're coming from a position that they care and love you, and they just want to make sure you don't get hurt, want to make sure you don't get taken advantage of, then obviously do your research and assure them, okay, how you work over that barrier. The point is that it's going to come at you. If it hasn't yet, hang on, because it will. So you've got the negativity side of it, and then you've got the positivity side of it. And it's important that you stay true to yourself and what you want to achieve, what you believe and what you want to achieve. Because there's going to be negativity. Yes, there's going to be positivity too. No matter, you get your first customer, you get your first distributor, get your first sale, however that looks. You get your first person to show up to a presentation, an online webinar. So there's going to be positivity, and then there's going to be negativity of, well, I invited 10 people, only 2 showed up. Why didn't the other 8 show up? Well, that's just the law of averages. That's just the way it works. You need to invite 10 to get 1 or 2 to show up. If you get more, great, pat yourself on the back, you're doing great. If you only get 2, you're right on track. So knowing ahead of time what to expect. So realistic expectations, not only for you, but for the people that you recruit. Make sure they have realistic expectations. And then the people that join, if they don't get off to the right start, or if they have their people that are close to them rain on their parade, you may lose them. So it's a process of staying true to yourself and what you believe and what you want to achieve. Because there's many, many stories out there in the industry, direct selling industry, where people have gone against all odds. They've come from nothing and they've become multimillionaires. They've built a huge international organization or national organization, and they've created a tremendous business empire for their families. And then there's the other ones, the people that didn't. And there's more of the ones that didn't because they gave up, because they didn't have the right training, because they didn't know what to expect. They didn't have those realistic expectations. And the picture was painted so bright that they thought it was all going to happen for them. They didn't realize that they have to go to work and work hard. See, we're going to work hard no matter what we do. When you own your own business, you work harder than when you're on a job, because you got more at stake. You got skin in the game. So there's going to be that struggle. There's going to be failure. There almost can never be successes in learning unless there's failures along the way, stumbling blocks along the way. That's how we get better. That's how we improve our skills. I failed miserably when I got into the industry. I struggled horribly for a year and a half, 2 years, 2.5 years, until I got around the right people that I was willing to be teachable to. And they were willing to teach me because I was teachable. And then it started growing for me. I started changing. I became more valuable to the marketplace. So when I say stay true to yourself and what you believe, where's your heart? What does your heart tell you? If you see an opportunity and you want to go all in, you want to go for it, stick to it. What do you really want to achieve? Knowing what you want to achieve is half the battle, knowing what you want. I did a training one time. I asked everybody, I says, how many can you tell me what you don't want? And I got pages of stuff. I said, okay, how many can tell me what you do want? And very few people have clarity on this, what they want. Yeah, I want a lot of money. Well, yeah, be more specific. Be more specific, knowing what you want. We all have goals and targets to shoot for, but be true to yourself, be true to your heart. And can you have an impact, or what kind of impact can you have on others? That could be your goal, is to have as big an impact as you possibly can, because like Zig Ziglar talked about, one of the number one ways of success, or his definition of success, help enough people get what they want in life, and you'll automatically get what you want. So if you can have the impact, and by the way, this is how I was able to reach high levels of success, is I helped as many people as I could become successful, and their success automatically translated into my success, and it continued to grow. And that's the impact that I was able to have on others. So here's a question for you. Then we'll start to wrap it up here. Do you believe in your product and your opportunity enough to see it through? Do you believe in yourself enough to see it through? See, I believe in you. I wouldn't be doing these presentations every day this week in this free training on Saturday at 12 noon Eastern time. I wouldn't be doing that if I didn't believe in you. But you got to do the work. You got to believe in yourself. So do you believe strong enough in your product and service that you're providing to other people? And do you believe in your opportunity that you have that can change people's lives? And do you believe in yourself, the combination of all three of those, to build a business, to build a successful career, to build a business, and to have an impact out there on as many people as you can? So my topic for today is be true to yourself and what you want to achieve and the impact that you want to have. So with that, just real quick, one last time, the training on Saturday is free. The registration link is in the group here. Obviously grab a spot. I am going to record it. Anybody that registers that can't make it, I am going to send them the recording. They'll have an opportunity to watch that and see it. I cannot promote this big enough. The topics that I'm going to talk about on Saturday are life-changing topics in any business, any entrepreneurship, particularly in the direct sales industry. So if you know anybody in direct sales, network marketing, you definitely want to get them there. These three characteristics and skills that I'm going to talk about are what every successful person in life, successful business person in life has going their way. They've been able to master, they've been able to understand, they've been able to implement in their mindset, in their lifestyle, in their business lifestyle. So you definitely don't want to miss it. It's going to be off the hook. So I'm excited about it. We'll talk about it on Saturday. We got one more day tomorrow at 12 noon. You guys have a great Thursday, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye now.